Now the first semi-modal verb is need to. Well, need to is used to express obligation or necessity in a similar way to must or have to. For example, I need to finish my homework before I can watch TV. All right? Now let me give you some more examples with both positive and negative form. All right? Now the first example of positive form of need to is I need to buy some groceries after work. Now the negative form, I don't need to go to the store because I already have everything I need. So don't is the negative helping verb that we use. We use the helping verb do and we add not there to make it negative. All right? And you can even say that in past, I did not. All right? So now let us look at some more examples. You need to study harder if you want to pass the exam. And the negative form is you don't need to worry about the test because you already know the material. All right? Now, another example is she needs to get some rest after a long day at work. Now let us look at the negative form. She doesn't need to stay up late night since she doesn't have any work to do. We need to save money for our vacation next year. We don't need to worry about the cost of the trip because we already have enough savings. They need to finish their project before the deadline. They don't need to rush to complete the task since they have extra time. So these are some of the examples of need to with the positive form as well as the negative form. Now let us look at ought to. Well, ought to is used to express advice or recommendations and is similar in meaning to should. For example, you ought to eat more vegetables for better health. You ought to exercise regularly if you want to maintain good health. We ought to recycle our waste to help protect the environment. She ought to apologize for what she said. All right. Now let us look at the negative examples using ought to. You ought not to smoke if you want to avoid health problems. They ought not to ignore the warning signs of climate change. He ought not to skip class if he wants to pass the exam. All right. Now let us look at another semi-modal verb, used to. Well, used to is used to describe past habits or actions that are no longer true. For example, I used to play soccer every weekend when I was younger. Let me give you some more positive form examples of used to. I used to play soccer every weekend when I was younger. She used to live in London before moving to New York. She used to have a big garden in our backyard. All right. Now let us look at the negative examples of ought to. Negative examples of used to. He didn't used to eat junk food, but now he does it all the time. So didn't is the negative form, is the negative helping verb we use to form negative sentences. All right. So they didn't used to watch TV in the morning, but now they do. She didn't used to wear glasses, but now she needs them to read. So having said this, see, overall, whenever you use used to, you are actually talking about a past event which took place on a regular basis to a certain point of time, and it doesn't take place or it no longer happens in the present, is when you use used to.